Elizabeth here. I am in Washington, D.C. and I have a whole DC weekend plan. I saw my friends throughout the week, but they're all gone this weekend, and so I have a DC bucket list. I'm going to be checking off some of those items today by myself. I actually love doing stuff by myself. I'm not someone who's afraid to do things alone. I moved to London alone. I travel often alone. I live in DC alone, so this is going to be a fun weekend. If you need ideas of things to do, especially safe things right now, this is going to be a great video for you. Alright, I'm here at my first DC stop for the weekend. What I'm doing today is a little nerdy, but I am a little bit of a historical nerd. You know that, especially if you see my London videos. I am at George Washington's house in Mount Vernon. It's only a 30-minute drive from my apartment in DC, and I love going to estates and just walking around grand estates, enjoying the outside, enjoying the autumn weather, and I'm going to take you with me. Let's go! It's smaller than I remember. The last time I was here I was 13 years old and I thought it was so beautiful. It is smaller. I've gone to too many English castles since I was 13 and yeah, it's definitely smaller than I remember, but still cool, still beautiful. If you want to tour the inside of the house, you have to book that separately, but I honestly love coming to large estates, whether they're smaller ones like this one, or my favorite ones are in the UK, and just walking around outside all day. That is like my favorite way to spend a Saturday. My ticket to get onto the grounds was only like $20 and it was so easy. It's the perfect weather. I'm wearing a light sweater, a trench coat, some boots, and I'm just gonna hang out outside, enjoy the beautiful view. There is a stunning view of the Potomac as well. There is George Washington's tomb to go see and a memorial to all of the slaves that he has owned. There's a restaurant, there are some shops, so definitely a lot to do here. It's only 30 minutes away, so it's a great escape from the city. There are tons of trails, tons of benches. I'm going to journal a little bit while I'm here. It's a great date idea, especially when we all need ideas of safe things to do. This is definitely one of them. You have to wear a mask while you're here, and they have this weird bag rule, like you can only use a clear bag or a tiny like clutch bag. So I have my Trades of Hope everyday crossbody with me, which I'm obsessed with, and my Trades of Hope dusk mask. They're both made by women in India who are becoming financially independent for the first time because of purchases from people like you. Also, can't forget to say that I'm wearing my half moon earrings from Trades of Hope that are made by women in Haiti who don't have to give up their children to orphanages out of desperation, and they too are becoming financially independent. I am so hangry. I'm just angry right now, but I'm a little less angry because I just did an amazing parking job, amazing parallel parking job in downtown DC on a Saturday night. So we're feeling good about that. I'm gonna go into a restaurant now that's been on my list of DC restaurants that I've been wanting to go to for like 3 years. So it's time. Let's go. Oh yeah. I couldn't really talk at Copycat. It was just really loud and kind of dark, so you wouldn't have been able to see me anyway, but it was so good. It was so worth the wait, and I definitely want to go back. The food was amazing. I was like crying while I was eating the dumplings, the pot stickers. They were so good. My cocktail, like I took a sip and my jaw dropped. Like it was so good, and it was such a vibe. It's like an Asian fusion-ish type bar. Everything was amazing. There were like girlfriends who were like there hanging out, but it's also a great place, I feel like, for a date night because it was kind of like dark and cool and it wasn't too girly. So if, you know, you're in a heterosexual relationship, it appeals to women and men. I'm honestly so surprised at how tired I am. I'm probably going to clean up my kitchen and go to bed right away and wake up at a reasonable hour because we have more fun things to do tomorrow. Happy Sunday. I just ate my leftovers from Copycat last night and my eyes were like tearing up when I was eating. The pot stickers, if you're in DC, coming to DC, you have to go get them. They do takeaway, so even if you don't want to go eat there in person, you can still get the goods. I am all dressed up and ready to go on to the next DC activity today. I'm wearing the new Audrey top that I designed and it just released at tradesofhope.com. It's made by women in Nepal who have been rescued from sex trafficking. It's a really simple long sleeve shirt, but it has this really cute puff sleeve detail. And then I'm also wearing our diversity hoops from Trades of Hope, and it's a really fun, easy look. I also had a mentor call this morning with a really amazing girl. I offer mentor calls with anyone who wants to chat about career, entrepreneurship, living abroad, or going to college. I review resumes and applications and give feedback for women who have ambitions or maybe aren't really sure what their ambition should be yet. So if you are interested in booking a mentor call, you can click the link below in the description. All right, so I'm heading to the Bible Museum. I have always been so curious and interested in just seeing what they have there because it could be really cool or it could be really weird. So we're gonna go check it out. I probably won't be able to film a ton in the museum for obvious business reasons, but I'll give a review on how it is and I'll show you how close it is to my apartment. One thing's for sure, their 6th floor restaurant has incredible views of the city. This is by far the most creative museum I have ever seen. Okay, review of the Bible Museum. So I am a very inclusive person and I am hypersensitive to things that are said in religion, and I am very strongly against trying to change people's minds about what they believe. But a lot of this museum was history based and I really appreciated that, and it was actually stunningly beautiful. Like, the production value alone was worth going to marvel at. Like, it was, there were so many like films and installations and almost like simulations because that's how much was involved. Chicken chip? Do you want a cookie? Oh. So I forgot to film an outro over the weekend, but that's okay because it took me to another beautiful DC location here at Union Station. It's right behind the Capitol building. Ember and I have been going on nightly walks since we just don't know how much longer we're going to be here in DC. Our lease is up in March, enjoying every second of it. We came out to go autumn leaf tree hunting because as I was going to some appointments this week, I drove past this area and there were a lot of really beautiful leaves that have turned, and so I wanted to come take some film photos of them, get some videos of them, but they have already died and this was only like 2 days ago, so that's autumn. But I grew up in California and Florida, so never really had autumn before. I love experiencing as much as I can of it here in DC. But you gotta be quick, which I was not quick enough, but thankfully there's still lots of other beautiful trees around the area and we'll get to them for sure.